And did you bring any inspiration for your wedding dress today? A bat, not a vampire, a bat. No. I love it. On the scale of like Miatis Lucifagos hanging out in a cave to like the little bat that Hank Azaria voiced in Anastasia, where do you feel like you fall on that scale? So more brown bat, a little less than Alkeeker, sir. You got it. Let's go. So I think Toyota Matoshi's Starry Mocha cape gown would be a really fun place for you to start. I love the color of this gown for you because it does scream bat, but also bridal. I also just think if we're going for that bat inspiration, we need a wing, a cape, something, you know? Now, if that's too whimsical, I think this Jonas RM gown would be a nice option as well. I like the color. I think we're sticking in the palette that we want to be sticking with, but that really structured bodice and then the drama of the skirt, I don't know, it just says bat to me. Now, I know that we're talking a little bit more brown bat, but you wanted to lean a little bit more towards Stella Luna, my personal favorite bat. I think this Sophie A. Viola piece would be fantastic. You've got the wings, you've got that clean look, but you can really play it up with a fun headpiece. And I think it's just like bat, but elegant. You know what I mean? All right, love bug, congratulations on your engagement. Do you have any wedding dress inspo you want to share with me today? Thank you so much. Okay. All right, so this is just a photo of a wizard airbrushed onto a van, is that right? No, I love it. Let's go. So I'm going to start a little bit more traditional and we'll get a little bit more wizardy from there. The very first dress I think when I'm thinking wizard on the side of a van would be this dress from Brides by Young. Fitted, lace number, but bell sleeves down to the floor. And if that doesn't scream cool wizard, I don't know what does. If you wanted to lean a little bit more into the 70s wizard on the side of a van vibe, I think this piece from Damon Maiden, an Etsy designer, would be perfect. It's got the color, it's got a little bit of fringe moment, it's a little bit sweet, a little bit sexy. No one would blink an eye if you paired it with a wizard hat. Bringing in something a little bit more modern for you, this spring 2017 Marchesa gown could absolutely work. The iridescent color of this gown plus the light movement just feels like magic to me. Plus it has a cape, which, let's be honest, that feels right. And the last one I just have to throw out there is this piece by Claire Pettibon. The combo of soft velvet material plus the black lace, it feels like it could be 70s or 80s. It also feels very whimsical, but also like this bitch will smoke you the fuck out. Okay, love bug, any ideas about what kind of wedding dress we're looking for today? Jellyfish. Beautiful and deadly. A very powerful energy to bring with you on your wedding day. I love it. Let's go. So right off the bat, when I'm thinking Jellyfish Bride, I'm thinking of Sarah Murad's Spring 2021 collection. I just love how both the structure and the movement really mimic that beautiful ocean angel, but also it's still very chic. Now, if you're hoping for something a little bit more modern jellyfish walking down the aisle, I think this piece from Danielle Frankel would be incredible. It's the Wren dress. It's got so much beautiful movement. I love the little details. It's giving jellyfish, and it comes in a mini. Now, if you're willing to do a little digging for some older couture looks, anything from Bora Aksu's Fall 2019 collection is just really gonna hit the nail on the jellyfish head. It's gonna have the color, it's gonna have that iridescent vibe, it's gonna have the movement, it's gonna have the structure, like, hello. And oh my gosh, if you can get your hands on this 2011 Valentino number, I mean, come on. The resemblance is uncanny. And one more totally different direction for you, but if you want a dress where you just know a jellyfish would feel at home, Hermione de Paula's piece right here I think is perfect. All of the coral looks in the beadwork, plus it has a literal jellyfish on the dress. A wedding gown with a jellyfish on it. What more could you possibly want? All right, my dear, what kind of bridal inspiration are we looking at today? Witchy Celestial. This is gonna be a breeze, let's go. So I've got two designers for you right away. First one is Flora and Lane. Their midnight gown I think would be perfect if you're looking for something a little bit more subtle on the night sky option, but they also have this starlight gown that would be so much fun if you're open to a more bold pattern. The other designer I have for you is Kukuleli Shaheen. They have an entire constellation collection, and I think honestly any piece you couldn't go wrong. If you wanted something that was still like witchy and celestial, but you wanted to wear white, I think this option would be absolutely gorgeous on you. But they also have this gorgeous peacock blue number, and it still has all of these gorgeous embroidery pieces of stars and moons, and I think it's just stunning. And then when it comes to accessories, oh my gosh, the world's your oyster. You got so many different witchy options out there. I'm just saying, I don't know if you've already done your engagement photos, but engagement photos or rehearsal dinner, I think this little cider number would be a fun little like hint to what's coming. Congratulations on your engagement, love bug. Now, are we working with any particular kind of wedding dress inspo today? A dress to match the feeling of your third glass of rosé. So I'll be honest with you, I'm more of a whiskey girl, but I take your inspo very seriously. So this might require a little bit of research. Give me like 10 minutes. Okay, here we go. I don't have wine glasses, so I'm hoping this Chicago Bears cup from the 1986 Super Bowl will do okay. Cheers! Okay, 1. Okay, 2. So I'm worried that I over poured because I don't think, is 3 glasses the whole bottle? Because fucking cheers. Fuck, okay. Such a dumb bit. Give me a second. All right, love bug, we're back. So first up, if you want to get that giddy, floaty feeling of your third glass of rosé, I would recommend this dress from Eloquii. 1, the color, obviously. But more importantly, this is a twirling dress, you know? And that's what I want to do right now. I want to twirl. I want to go full Leslie Jordan. Daddy.
Daddy. Daddy, watch me twirl. Daddy.
Okay, so next up, if you want to lean into this like very fun, feminine, flirty vibe, hang on. Giambattista Valli. That's how the man on YouTube told me to pronounce that. Any of his spring 2023 collection, chef's kiss. You can literally just like throw a dart. And like any of these options are gonna be so good and very third glass of rosé. Giambattista Valli. And then to top you off, we've got Madeline Gardner's Josephina gown in the color Bellini. It feels over the top in exactly the right way. Plus, just look at how it sits. I want to be taking a nap in that right now. That's a gown you can take a nap in. All right, my dear, what kind of wedding inspo are we working with today? Okay, so a little bit disco, a little bit neon, a little bit rave. A wedding should be a party. I love it. Let's go. Now, I know you might think that disco, neon, rave is limiting when it comes to your wedding dress options, but actually there are a lot of different ways we could go. If you want to lean a little bit more disco, there's one designer in particular, Oh Yem Wen, who I love. In particular, their custom birthday dress. It is so iridescent, the movement is fabulous, it's very affordable, and if you don't like dresses, it comes in a jumpsuit option. Now, if you like this designer, they also have a ton of neon options, including this number that Gabourey Sidibe wore for her Brides magazine feature. How fabulous is she? Now, if you want to go with like a neon shorty, I think Elizabeth Dye's cherry bomb gown would be so much fun. If you're not willing to give up the ivory look, but you still want to go into that neon disco rave vibe, I think Lucy Can't Dance's moonshine gown would be perfect. It still has that iridescent look, but the sequins are a little bit more delicate, so it's sort of like elevated disco. When it comes to accessories, good lord, you got some fun options out there. In particular, I think you should check out Madison Chamberlain's whole collection, honestly. Like these super colorful sequin fingerless gloves, or just a whole disco cape. Hello. Congratulations on your engagement, love bug. What kind of wedding dress inspo are we working with today? Okay, so you want to look how Hozier sounds. I love that for you. Sad and horny is such an interesting energy to bring to your wedding day, but listen, it's great. It's fabulous. Who doesn't want that kind of undying devotion? I've got lots of ideas. Let's go. Okie dokie. So if we're looking for a dress that looks how Hozier sounds, I feel like the first direction is just hauntingly beautiful, right? We want something that's appropriate for like forlornly laying in a meadow. It's misty. That, right? Like that's the vibe. So my first pick, of course, is Bloom by Monique Lillier. That romantic off the shoulder. It's got the little green floral detail print, and it just feels perfect for like exuding longing amongst the trees. So totally different direction. I also like the option of just going really, really bohemian, like bohemian and effortless. So love the Pari gown by Pomia for this. This is a like pick up your skirt, run through the woods dramatically kind of a dress. And there's something so earthy about Hozier's sound. It's got kind of that like traditional folklore inspo. And I love this dress for that because of the fabric. Certified biodegradable charmeuse and twill lining, baby. So, you know, back to the earth from whence you came. So in this theme, if we want a dress that says, I am marrying an ancient man.
An ancient man.
I am marrying my Irish bog boy, forest fairy prince of my dreams. Color Blonde. This is their Laurel gown, and I love the lace-up corset back. It's so delicate, it's so romantic. You've got those big, beautiful bell sleeves, and it's this gorgeous organza. And the front has some very strategically placed leaf motif lace pieces, so chef's kiss. Now, if you like those bell sleeves, but you want something that's a little less run fair and a little bit more I have religious trauma, Odaline the Ceremony's 2017 gown here. It's a heavier lace. Those sleeves are gonna lay a little bit different. It's gonna have a little bit different draping to it, but you just style it up in the same way they did with lots of layered necklaces and a big old gold cross. You're good to go. I feel like Hozier also has this sound of like this image, right? Where it's like, bitch, did you just come from the lake? What's happening? So I have to mention DePetza's wet look gown. Like, give her Excalibur. I'm pledging my allegiance. That's the Lady of the Lake, and you cannot convince me otherwise. All right, Love Bug, I understand that we've got some very specific wedding dress inspo today. You know what? I've always said that weddings can be whatever the fuck you want. So if you want to walk down the aisle looking like a discarded Tampax, who am I to stop you? Let's go. So when I think use tampon but make it bridal, one of the first dresses I think of is this Alexander McQueen number from fall 2018. The shade of red feels particularly on point, along with the way that it flows down into the ivory. This is giving me like day 3 flow. If you want something a little bit more clean, modern, I think this cape from Simone Rocha would be perfect. It's got the shape I think that we're looking for, and also the red is just like a hint of uterine lining. This gorgeous piece from Robert Wound's most recent collection I think is a real contender. Now I know that the way they have it styled with the wine glass, it just looks like wine splotches, but you make one little prop adjustment and your mind goes right there. It's giving your Aunt Flo's coming to town. You could go the dip dye route like this gorgeous rose gown from Canvas Bridal. If you want subtle tampon glam, you could go with this Brandon Maxwell liquid sequin column gown. For a more romantic feel, this off-the-shoulder number from Viol. This spring 2010 Joseph Themister collection would be perfect for the more avant-garde nearly wed. You could also just go with a 100% organic cotton gown like the Issa dress from Pomia and pair it with a beautiful red veil. Surprised? Sure. Taken aback? Maybe a little. But broken?